Welcome to Ploughman's Backyard. My name is Kendra and today we've got out our new incubator, the Chickcozy 25 egg incubator that we're going to be trying out for the first time. I'm pretty excited about this one. As you've seen earlier in our unboxing video, there's a lot of really great features that we're going to be trying out with this, as well as add-ons we're going to be adding into our incubator, which is one of the features about this that I really like. We did have to purchase this separately. However, it fits really nicely into the incubator, so we can monitor not only the heat but also the humidity levels with this incubator. So one thing that I really like about this incubator that when we were working with the Amazon incubator, I actually added a slip mat, but this one comes with its very own slip mat, perfect for when those chicks begin to hatch so that they're less prone to getting splayed leg. The thing about this, it's got a little shelf here that we can add our thermometer and our humidity reader into there, as well as it's got a little drawer on the outside to add the water so that you're not having to put it in little holes or just open the lid and add water itself. So these are some really neat features, as well as it's got a little handle on the top and it's see-through so you can watch your chicks hatch and keep a close eye on those eggs. So I've got my eggs all ready to go. I've been collecting them here. I have 25 eggs that we're going to be trying out in this incubator. Now typically you would want your egg incubator to be running for anywhere from 4 to 6 to even 12 hours just to get the temperature and humidity where you want it to be. But for the sake of the video, I can't have it plugged in while I'm recording and showing you what to do. So normally at home, you'd want to start your incubator off, just have it running before you put your eggs in. I'm just putting these turners in here, making sure they're the correct way. Next thing that I'm going to do before I put the eggs in is I'm going to actually add the water. When you're beginning incubation, you're just wanting to add the water into trough A, and you're wanting it to be about 3/4 full. So I'm just going to put some water into there. You don't want it full all the way. Typically, when I add water to my incubators, I usually use warm water. And when you want higher humidity, you want it even warmer. But I'm just going to add some into here. We're not wanting to overfill that. Now, when you're putting your eggs in the incubator, in an incubator like this, you're wanting to make sure that you're putting your pointy end down, which would be this side. So you'd want it to be pointed like that. I don't know if I've got a better egg to show you that's a little bit more pointy than that one. So again, the pointy end is what you would want to be pointing down in your incubator. Now, in other incubators, sometimes the eggs go sideways, and that's fine. They can lay sideways. But in this specific one, if they are going to be upright in any way, you want the pointy end to be facing down. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to fill up the incubator with our backyard eggs. So this is just going to be our barnyard mix eggs. We've got lots of eggs and they're always quite fertile. Now, a lot of people say, should I be washing my eggs? I haven't found that washing the eggs makes a difference. You're just wanting to pick out eggs that are not going to be overly too dirty so that you're not, getting a lot of bacteria and stuff into your incubator, especially when the eggs are hatching. So if you want to go and collect eggs for, a week or a few days, depending on how many eggs you get, I would go and put new bedding in if you're thinking about incubating your eggs so that your eggs are as clean as possible. I have tried in the past sterilizing the eggs, but I haven't found that it helped with the hatch rate. Basically, it came to be about the same hatch rate, no matter if I sterilized my eggs or if I didn't. And we never had really any issues with the chicks hatching. We never had any health conditions really. I think in the matter of about 3 to 4 years I've been incubating our own eggs, we've had only 1 to 2 chicks maybe with splayed leg, and that's about it. So we have been having backyard chickens now for about, I think we're on our 6th year, and I want to say that this is probably our 3rd or 4th year incubating our own eggs from our own backyard chickens. And so what I do share with you and what I do tell you is from my own personal experience. We've got our 25 eggs. We even went and picked some. I think we got 5 from this morning, so some of them are quite fresh. And the others, I want to say maybe at the max are 2 to 3 days old. Okay, so now that the eggs are in here, I'm just going to add the thermometer and the humidity reader just on the little shelf. It's the perfect little spot. I love that part. And just for the sake of being more specific with the temperature, we also have on the lid of the incubator itself, it'll tell you the temperature and stuff too, but I'm also going to put another one in here. Between the two of these, there's actually not really any difference with the temperature reading, but the humidity reading is about 6% difference, which is, that's quite big too. But I'm just going to stick that in here as well. As you can see, it fits in there really nicely, and you can see what the temperature and stuff is at this point now. So now's the time when I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to plug in this cord that's at the back, and I'm going to plug it into the top of the incubator lid. So this basically is for your egg turner. So you want to plug that in where it says egg turner at the back. And then we have our power supply, which is going to come from this one, and we'll plug that in as well. So this is my first time using this, so we're going to learn a little bit together on how this is going to go. So I like the layout of this. I like what it has to offer. We also have some air vents at the side here, which is quite cool. Before I go ahead and we're going to move this over to get this incubator plugged in, I thought I would show you that this Cozy Chick incubator also comes with a little diagram to show you the process of what's going on in those 21 days of incubating, and showing you what your egg should be looking like during the candling process. So typically with the candling, you want to maybe give it 5 to 7 days before you check or candle, but the longer you can wait, the better, because you don't want to lose that heat that's going on in your incubator. It shows you here, if you're not seeing any of these things formed when you're checking your eggs, it probably means your eggs are not fertile. And as you do your candling, you're going to remove the eggs that have no fertilization in them. So this is a really great thing that comes with this Chickcozy incubator. I thought it was quite cool, so I thought I'd show you that. This incubator also comes with a manual, and it is relatively simple to use. It's got pictures as a guideline. There's not a lot that is needed to run this incubator, but it's got some troubleshooting as well. I really like this manual. I've used other manuals in the past that were a little bit hard to decipher, but it's pretty straightforward, easy to read, and I love the diagrams that are in this manual as well. The other thing I thought that was really neat that comes with this incubator as well is the hatching calendar that Chickcozy did. And basically it has from day 1 to day 21, and you can keep track of the dates that you're doing, when to candle, when hatch day will be, what day lockdown should be, and you can make notes to maybe how many eggs you removed or how many were fertilized, or just things that you noticed during those days. Maybe the temperature was too high one day, maybe you couldn't keep up with the humidity, maybe it was too low, maybe it was too high. But this is a great way of just kind of keeping track of your progress of your eggs, and it can probably help you for your next hatches, just knowing what to look out for. So this incubator is telling me for the whole 21 days to keep it at about 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit, which would be about 37.5 or 37.6 degrees Celsius. So typically I would do that. I would reduce the temperature when it comes down to lockdown day, but because it's saying to specifically keep it at that temperature, I want to follow the manual and just see how it goes. So that's what I'm going to do, is just keep that temperature set for that 99.5 Fahrenheit or that 37.5 or 6 degrees Celsius. And for your humidity, usually you want your humidity in your incubator to be anywhere from 40 to 50% humidity during your first 18 days of incubation. At that time, when lockdown comes, you want to make sure that your humidity level increases, because it's really going to help those chicks get out of those eggs and soften up those shells. So around day 18 to 21, you should be reading at about 65 to 70% humidity during those days. In order to increase your humidity levels, you may need to reduce the amount of times you're opening your vent as well as increasing the amount of water you're going to be putting in your water troughs. Basically, the reason why they're telling you the temperature, what to set your temperature for your incubation, is because if you're having your temperature higher than 99.5 Fahrenheit, there becomes more of a chance and risk to your chicks not hatching or having health problems when they do hatch. So making sure that it's not too hot, but hot enough that they're properly incubated. It actually, the humidity level and the temperature of your incubator determines how healthy your chicks will be when they're born, as well as if they're actually going to develop into a chick. So keeping track of your temperature and your humidity is quite important when you're incubating. All right, so now we're just going to plug in the power supply to our incubator. If you're wondering what this is actually where I do the setup for my garden season. But I don't have all my plants going, so we've got room for the incubator for now. Okay, and it has started. When you start your incubator, you want to have it running for a little bit at the beginning, but I didn't do that just for the sake of the video. This is the screen and what it looks like when I started up the incubator. It already has it set for 21 days of incubation is what we want for chicken eggs, as well as it's already set to auto for the automatic egg turner. As you can see, the temperature is only reading at about 70 degrees Fahrenheit right now, so we do have to get it up to 99.5. It's also reading the humidity level at about 68 or 69, and we want to make sure that we're going to bring that down. As you can see here, when you start your incubator, your eggs are going to end up on a slant. So before you even go ahead and put them in, like I said, I specifically did this over at the table so I could show you how everything is done just for the sake of the video. But when you start up your incubator, it's going to start up on its side. So what you're wanting to do is you've got on this side here on the top of your incubator, you have just some manual buttons. So what you're wanting to do is if you press the up button, it's going to start to rotate the egg turners, and you press it again and it's actually going to stop them. And so when you're putting your eggs in, that's how you're wanting your position to your eggs to be in, and that's how you go ahead and do it. And so again, that was just the up arrow, pressed it twice and stopped it. So that is how you get your egg turners to be standing up upright when you're putting your eggs in while the incubator is on. There's also a day button up here, which you'll press, which won't be until your next incubation, because when your incubator comes, it's already preset for your 21 days for your incubating your chicken eggs. But when you go and you're done this incubating period, it's going to count down your days for you on the screen itself. And so when you're starting your next incubating cycle, that's when you would adjust your day to start it back at the 21 days for your next incubating cycle. So when you're wanting to restart your cycle of incubation, all you would do is press the day button plus the up button. And you're going to hold that for about 3 seconds, and then it's going to reset your incubator and start counting down from the 21st day again. Now, in order to candle the eggs, which we can do at about day 5 to 7 or day 14, or you can do it both days as well, is to turn the candler on. All you want to do is press the down button. So the Chickcozy incubator manual actually suggests waiting until at least the 7th day of candling, and then again on the 14th day of candling. I've done it on the 5th day, but I guess the reason being is that it keeps the heat in that much longer for the development of your eggs to happen. This egg incubator actually manually turns the chicken eggs about once every hour. So now all we need to do is just wait for this to get up to temperature. So this is reading at almost at about 80 degrees Fahrenheit and 54% humidity now. So the humidity has come down and the heat has gone up. So we're going to leave that be. I want to say they are pretty well just about accurate. So this should read at about 37.5 degrees Celsius. And so we are getting up there, and this humidity level should be anywhere from 40 to 50%. And as you can see, it already came down a percentage. So it's definitely continuing to go down. We're just going to let this incubator do its thing, and we're going to come back around the 7th day and try to candle some eggs and just see which ones are fertilized.